What is going on, guys? Respects. Right now, we are live and we are transmitting from Lagos. You know how we do it if you're just joining us right here. This is the link. Click it and get your account. It is about time we trade and make good money. It's about time we trade and make good money. Good money, good money, good money, good money, good money. Now, Skiff is live. If you're just joining us for the first time, you know how we do it. Like, subscribe, share this live to as many people as possible. I'm sorry for coming late. I should have started by 2 o'clock, but then man has to do something that is quite more stressful and it's quite an emergency. Sorry. I'm coming. Okay, I'm active. If you're not active, I don't know what you're doing because right now we're cooking. I'm cooking. Cooking. If you're not cooking with Pex, I don't know what you're doing. If you're not cooking with Pex, I don't know what you're doing. Drop some files on the chat if you're cooking with Pex. Drop some files on the chat if you're cooking with the king. Drop some files on the chat if you're cooking. Because, like I said, I don't know what you're doing if you're not cooking. If you're not cooking with Pex, I don't know what you're doing. Let me share my screen right now. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing if you're not cooking with Pex. I don't know what you're doing if you're not cooking with Pex. Like I said, you have to be cooking. You have to be cooking. Cooking. This is GBPUSD and it is cooking. It's cooking. We're running clean blues. Clean blues. As you can see it right here, see the entry, stack them up, and it's dropping. It's dropping. I called out the trade live on Telegram, which you can see right there. It is dropping. See my entry here. See the market here. We're still going. We're still going. There's news. Wow. Let me check. Let me see if the news is going to help us push the market down or reverse. In the next 5 minutes, core PPI 230 USD is going to have USD right now, as it says here in the news. USD is 0.3. USD is going to sell a bit, which is going to make GBP USD buy. But then let us see. The chart is going to tell us most of the time it doesn't really happen. Sometimes it does. But then eyes on the chart for something good. We're hoping for something good. There's going to be a news in the next few. There's going to be a news in the next few minutes. That's in the next 3 minutes. Damn. This gold buys is insane, bro. This buys is insane, bro. How many pips is this? And it was for my entry yesterday. 730 pips. 730 pips in blues. Well, my eyes is not on gold right now. My eyes is on GBP USD because I'm on a trade currently on GBP USD. And I'm going to be holding this trade for a long time because it is going to give us good position. We just have to be patient. This is the overall target. This is the overall target here, 117 pips for it. So, what is going on, guys? Respect. If you're just joining us, you know how we do it. Like, subscribe, and share this video to as many people as possible. Let us do something magnificent today. GBP USD currently is bleeding, and it is going to the downside. And there's going to be a news in the next 2 minutes by 2:30. So the question now is, with GBP USD reversed, but with the expectation and with what I'm seeing right here on the chart, there's going to be a slight reversal. I don't really know, but then just be patient and then hope for the best, because right now the market has nothing against us. There is no major support level that could actually take the market to the upside. But even at that, we're ready for what happens. Now, my interest is going to be two things. My interest is on USD, that is BTC USD, and my interest is on GBP USD. So BTC USD and GBP USD. Now, looking at this right here, I'm seeing that the market has already broken the zone. It has already created a lower high for a sell to downside on GBP USD, on Euro BTC USD. So I'm looking good for a sell, like as we speak, on BTC USD. I'm looking good for a sell on BTC USD. Like, it's not going to be a bad thing because I entered BTC USD yesterday as at this region for a sell, and we hit take profit here, which we hit take profit today. I held my trade. Now, I was expecting the market to do a break and retest, which the market has apparently done. But then the next target is here around this region. So I was hoping for a buy here, but the market has broken the zone already, and now is retesting back on the zone. So the retest is looking clear, and we are getting more of entry signals. The question here now is, are we going to sell or are we going to buy? Let me see what my stop loss is going to look like, and my take profit is going to look like. It's not a good risk to reward. It's not a good risk to reward, guys. It's not a good risk to reward. I'm not going to be going in, but for me, I'm looking to sell GBP. I'm looking to sell BTC USD. It's not a good risk to reward, but for my opinion, I'm looking to sell BTC USD. My stop loss is about 60 pips. My take profit is 116 pips, but it's not a good risk to reward. 230, we are currently in 230. BTC USD is dropping. BTC take profit 2 just got slammed. Take profit 2 just got slammed on BTC, on GBP USD. My take profit too just got slammed on BTC. That is on GBPUSD, not on BTC. As you can see it right here, take profit too just got slammed on GBPUSD, which you can see my alert here, from TradingView. Now the market is bleeding and the news has come out, but it's not so effective. It's just following the market to the downside. So basically, we're still good. We're still good. We're still good. We're still good. This is 2.5 risk to reward. My target is here. All right. My target is there. For BTC, I'm expecting a sell to the downside, but I am not on the trade and I'm not looking to enter it because the risk to reward is not making sense. Now, I'm going to be explaining to you guys why I am entering BTC USD. Now, the first thing you need to observe is, if you're ready for this explanation, drop some ones in the chat, guys. Drop some ones in the chat, guys. Drop some ones in the chat. If you're ready for this explanation, drop some ones in the chat, guys. BTC is already dropping. Drop some ones in the chat. Drop some ones in the chat if you're ready. Drop some ones in the chat if you're ready for this explanation, guys. Nice, 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 nice. I'm coming. Let me drop some updates. We are live. I'm dropping an update. We're live right now. 25 people on set. So for me, I'm expecting BTC to sell. And why am I expecting BTC to sell? I'm expecting BTC to sell because of one reason. And what is that reason? I'm trying to manage my position, thereby trail my stops and my break even and all those stuffs. You have to be on guard. Okay, right now I've traded all the stops and everything. We're looking good. Now, what is the analysis on this guy called GBPUSD and gold and BTC? What's the analysis on this guy called GBPUSD and BTC? Only one thing, guys. They are downtrending. I'm still trying to send it out. Okay, now they are all downtrending, but then not because they are downtrending, you will just dive into a sell. Just because they are downtrending, you dive into a sell. No. There's a way you sell and there's a way you do your thing, right? Now, what is BTC doing right now? BTC, I was expecting a buy, but I didn't get that buy. But that doesn't mean I will not start forcing the buy. I'm not the one moving the market. Remember. Now, what you're going to be doing in this case is the market has done a break. We should be expecting a retest, which is a lower high, and then a drop, which is going to most likely create a lower low, a lower high, and more drops. If BTC is going to keep selling, then there's a huge chance we're going to keep getting lower highs and lower lows. Now, what am I looking out for? Heading on to the 15. If you look closely, like I said, I entered I entered BTC USD yesterday for a what? A sell-off from this region here. Why? I explained it to you guys, whereby I was expecting the market to do a double top, and it did that countlessly on the 15 minutes time frame. Right? Now, I didn't enter the first retest. I did not enter on the second retest. Now, there's a reason behind that. There's a reason behind that. All right. Let me make sure you guys can hear me clearly. Where's my glass? There's a reason for that. All right. And the fact that there's a reason. Okay, you guys can hear me well. The fact that the market is actually downtrending, I needed to see a double top on this region. And then I got this double top. Now, why didn't I enter the first retest? There's a reason for that, and that is number one. The time where it retested, which I would have entered from here, the time was 2 a.m. And 2 a.m., I was still asleep, brother. The second time it retested in this place, it was 5:45 a.m. Brother, I was still asleep, fam. I know they say wake up by 5 a.m., do all the stuff. I was really tired. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't wake up that much. But then, look at the next one. The next retest, I was well awake. I was well awake. BTC USD obeying structure like a little kid, which is great. Now, the next one, which is this one right here, I was well awake. And as you can see, this is 11 a.m. Anybody sleeping as a trader by 11 a.m., you need cane. But thank God I was well awake. And then I entered, set my stop loss, and then something happened yesterday, guys. This market was supposed to hit TP here. It was supposed to hit TP here, but guess what? 5:45, the market started reversing, bro. See, you can see it right here. I had a stop loss of 68 pips yesterday, and my risk to reward is 1 to 3. You know, right? Now, my 1 to 3 is already here, but then this was where the market got to and started reversing. Bro, I was seeing my position from minus 700, minus 600, minus 500. Like, what? And then I had two positions. I closed out one position as at this region here. As at this region here, when it started pulling back, that's covering about 1 to 2.4 risk to reward. Then the next one pushed all the way to this high. Remember, I was already in profit of 200 pips. The market pushed up to this high, 30 pips. Very, very annoying. And then hit TP by this region today. That's why you see me post TP slammed. So the fact that the market then hit TP here made me realize one thing. And what is that? This market can mess with your psychology in and out, and you can do nothing about it. Nothing. You just have to follow your system. Then the one position I had, I allowed it. The market then got to this region, started reversing here to the downside, and then covering about 190 pips. Hit my take profit, and then I closed. The take profit closed the market. Now, why am I looking forward to entering a sell here again? The market, remember, it created what? Let me show you. It created the first one, this high, created another high right here. Sorry, created a low. After I pushed back down, it created a lower low right here. And then later on, created a lower high right here. If you look closely, this was where the market observed the lower high before it sold down. If it had gone more into this place, it would have hit me break even. 75 pips inside would have hit me break even. All right, 75 pips inside would have hit me at break even. But what would I do? I just follow the system. Share the live, guys. Share the live. Share the live. Share the live. Now, my expectation for this market is simple. The market has created these highs here, respected it here. Now it has created a low here. But then it is retesting back, which if you head down to the 5 minutes, you're going to see that the market is retesting back. Created a double top here. Created a double top here. And then it's trying to sell. This is where my stop loss would be if I meant to sell this market. This high. Above this high. Anywhere above that high. But I need at least a 1 to 2.5. Or a 1 to 3 risk to reward. And it's going to mean I'm going to risk 70 pips. Can you see why I am not selling, guys? I'm not just here to teach you guys technical analysis. I'm here to demonstrate extreme discipline, guys. I'm here to demonstrate extreme discipline. Tell me, what risk to reward can you guys see here? What risk to reward can you guys see here? What risk to reward can you guys see here? Let me know in the chat. What risk to reward can you guys see here? Is he up to 1 to 2? Is he up to 1 to 2? It's just 1 to 1. Now, that is why I am not committed to placing a trade on BTC USD. And I don't think I will, because this is not a good risk to reward. Then XAUSD. Now, what I would do is, until the market is in a particular zone where I am interested in, and I'll go to the 1 hour time frame to see that, is going to be, because the risk to reward is not so good, I'll let it slide, and then I'll be waiting for a break, a retest on this one for a sell, hoping that the risk to reward for this one is going to be good. Let's see. If we get the same system here, is the risk to reward going to be good? Because this one now that we're looking at for BTC USD is a perfect trade. Is a very perfect trade. For this one now, I'm going to be entering this one because this is a good risk to reward. A good risk to reward down here. But for this one here, I don't think so. If I use 50 pips, Even if I do 50 pips stop loss, the risk to reward is not 1 to 2.5. And as it is not 1 to 2.5, it violates the rules. So I'm not going to be entering. Now, with that being said, that is all for BTC USD. XAUSD now is one pair that is moving massively, which a lot of people have got their eyes on. And of course, I've got my eyes on it as well. But then it is not doing me nice. I entered XAUSD since here yesterday as at 2 o'clock around this region. As at 2 o'clock, we're going up only for us to reverse and get stopped out. After this stop loss here, you can see that the market was just respecting it until it hits the TP. But you can see that it is something we cannot predict. Now, onto BTC USD. What is up for BTC USD is something that you guys need to pay perfect attention to. BTC USD is a pair that I tell you guys that respect structure nicely, if only you understand what it's about to do or is doing. BTC USD has sold all the way to the downside. But then, how did this sell happen? Let me explain. Now, for this sell, how did I catch this sell in the morning? Because I sent out the trade to the Telegram community. I sent the trade to the Telegram community. If you're on the same pair, GBP USD, drop some ones in the chart. If you're on the same pair, GBP USD, drop some ones in the chart. If you're on the same pair, drop some ones in the chart. I see people on the trade. I see you. I see you. Now, what we need this guy to do for us is, if you head onto the weekly charts, you're going to realize that the market is pushing downwards. But then, because it is pushing downwards, it means that there's a chance that we're going to drop down back to this low. And the fact that the market has created a lower high here, it is inevitable. It is quite inevitable. Why I use the word quite is we cannot really tell. We can't really tell. You just have to follow the system. And I think I've closed partials. I think I have two positions running. I still have two positions running. I've closed one. I have two positions going, and they are in deep blues, deep blue sea, as you can see right here. About 800, which we have 798. 798. And I've closed some partials today. So my BTC and my GBP USD trade has been closed. So we're patiently waiting for TP. Patiently waiting for TP. Put your eyes on the game. We're getting more accounts. Get your account with GoFunded Trader. You guys don't want to miss out on anything. If you're missing out on the 15%, the 35% discount, use the link in description. There's a 35% discount right there. I'm going to be dropping the updated version of the review of GoFunded Trader so you guys can understand everything needed to trade with GoFunded Trader. The review is going to be dropping tonight, 6 p.m. So set your alarm clock. 6 p.m. it drops. Watch it. Grab the giveaway. And of course, get your account with GoFunded Trader. Let's see what we can do. Let's change the narrative. let's change the narrative. All right, let's change the narrative, guys. Let's change the narrative right now. Why did I enter this trade? Is what I want to explain to you guys. Now, look at this market right here. GBP is selling massively, right? But then, how did I find this beautiful trade? And I sent it to the Telegram, which I sent it even before it started. I wish I can screen share my Telegram. I could have done that. But this was BTC, this was GBP before the move started. Let me reduce my screen. This was BTC before the move started. You can see it here. Before the move started, you can see it here. The market created a lower high. I set my entry around this zone, and then my TP1 has been slammed already. TP2 as well has been slammed. TP1 was around here. TP2 is here. Now I'm expecting the TP3, which is down here, to be slammed. I sent it before it happened, like literally before it happened. You can see the empty chart. That was yesterday. You can see the empty chart. Then we started moving. You can see we started moving in profit, and now we are what we can see on the chart. We are down. But how was this trade found? Number one, you need to observe structure. But before you observe structure, you need to observe your key zones. Your key zones are something that are very, very important, because this is where the market is going to start the sell or the buy from. In March, we're going to be opening the one-on-one mentorship. This is where I take on 10 people to their funded journey. I'm going to be telling you every single thing that I did to get my own first payout, and you're going to be doing that. Chart work, analysis, trade ideas, signals, and guidance. There's a huge chance before the next 30 days, you're going to be our next funded trader and get your own payout. That's my goal. It is only open for 10 slots. That is, the one-on-one mentorship is open for only 10 people. So if you're ready, then I'm going to leave a number on my screen. Let me get that number out. I'm going to leave a number on my screen right now. You chat the admin and they will sign you up. They will sign you up. Let me drop the number here. Take a good look at the number so you don't fall victim of any scam. All right. Here is the number. Chat it up WhatsApp. You're going to get a reply from the admin and you get signed up ASAP. Now we need to create a low. But then look at this closely. Put your eyes down. Put your eyes down. We need to create a low. But then look at this. Yesterday, GBP sold massively. GBP sold massively yesterday. On live, I was expecting the market to do what? Break and retest and then buy. Now, my expectation wasn't met. Like I said, yesterday, if I wanted to sell GBP even if my buy expectation wasn't met, I would only sell GBP when we break into the zone. Then I'll be expecting to sell it downwards. Then I will be expecting to sell it downwards. That's what I said. I'll be expecting to sell it downwards. Only when we break and retest on this zone. You can go and watch my previous streams. That is exactly what I said. Lo and behold, it broke yesterday with the sell pressure, pushed back by midnight, and then we got this entry around here. It's now left for us to look for the PEX entry model. Now, heading on to the 15, you're going to see one thing, and what is that? A lot of liquidity. Now, look at this. The market pulled up into the zone, started selling. If you're the kind of person that don't understand their system, they'll rush in. It sold again, they'll rush in. But then when it got to this place, I became interested. But then look at the time it was getting there. 5:30 a.m. 5:30 a.m. wasn't a good time. And then it pulled back in again by 9. If you understand what I've been preaching, you understand that volume in the market is way more important than your setup. Like when you get enough volume in the market, it's way more important than your setup, because when you get that volume, what's going to happen is you're going to be able to enter a trade and close out faster than you would have been when the market is consolidating. The moment it got to that zone, I looked forward to the peg entry model, and then this was where I sent out my entry. This was where I sent out my entry. Exactly here by 9:10, 10 minutes after 9. Set my stop loss 19 pips. And then my take profit is, this is take profit 1, which I've closed out. The overall target is here. I've got 3 take profits. I've got 3 take profits. 3 take profits. 3. The first one is there. This is the second one right here. And then this is the third one right here. So we've taken out the first one. We've also taken out the 4-hour low, which is this one here. Taking out the 4-hour low. We are hoping we take out this 4-hour low successfully, because this is the low that I entered from last 2 weeks, February 19. And after hitting TP, reverse back up and other stuff. Now we're back in the zone. So that is TP1. TP2 is the 4-hour low. TP3 is this one. This is the 8 pips. And TP4 is the overall target, which is 115 pips, which is 1 to 6 RR. If GBPUSD can give us 1 to 8 RR, it can give us 1 to 6. The only thing is stay on guard. This is the 4-hour time frame, and the 4-hour time frame candle is about to close in the next 2 minutes. If it closes below this guy, here, like it closes around here, then there's a chance it's going to just keep selling. There's a chance it's just going to keep selling. But it's just a matter of time. The number on your screen is Multitech Academy admin on WhatsApp. Chat them up, and you're going to be joining the private mentorship if you would like to get registered. March 1st, we kick off. Slots only 10. You don't want to miss out on anything. We are halfway. This is 50 pips. We need 115, so it is left about 65 pips. In the next 48 minutes, we're going to find out if we're going to keep going down or push back up. But 2 things I pray for. I pray the market gives us a sell continuously, which obviously everybody wants. But then, even if it's going to pull back, I don't want it to pull back in a case whereby I get break even and then we'll fill out the market. All these things I'm marking out, I am marking out what I call structure. Market pull lower high is sold down to lower low, and then it came back up, creating a lower high, and then we are expecting a lower low. Now, how many pips was the lower high? How many pips was the lower low? How many pips was the lower low? Okay, 3 o'clock is met, and we have closed below. We closed below the 4-hour zone. We closed below the 4-hour zone. Let's hope for the best. It might not all happen today, but then According to structure, we can see that the market has created what? Number one, obvious market structural pattern. Look at it again. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Sorry, higher low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Can you see that whenever it creates that lower high, the lower low is way past the zone? Lower high. This one it started playing around. We created a higher high and then shut down back, breaking the low, creating a low lower than that low, which is the lower low, then created a lower high. Now we're expecting this lower high to produce a lower low that we then create a lower high to shut down back for a lower low. So this is just printing and understanding market patterns. If you have any question, drop it for me. We're going to call it a day. As you can see, we're going to call it a day. This is market structure 101. And as long as the market has created all this formation, we just need time. And by God's grace, it will go in our favor. Because looking at this here, we got a head and a shoulder. We drop, thereby creating a what? Sorry, this is how we draw the head and shoulder. Shoulder, left shoulder, right shoulder, drop, create a lower high, drop. Why didn't the lower high come here and then form a double bottom? It dropped, creating a lower low. Create this lower high, it's supposed to drop. So patience is key. Patience is key. Drop your questions if you got them. CP3 is right there. I don't just want any gap next week because I'm ready to hold. I can't set alert. What's going on? Okay, I'll figure it out. But then, in absence of any question, this is my target here. That's formed everything we need to see. We need a low here. I'm going to put my line here. Absence of any question. Take a screenshot. So, in absence of any question, like I said, my anticipation for GBP USD is the market has created a what? Head and shoulder, lower high, sold for a lower low, lower high, we're selling down for a lower low, take profit. That's what I'm expecting. And today is Friday. It's just that today is Friday. That's the sad part. But then let's see if we can hold it till TP Islam. Till TP Islam. That my area of take profit is, let me see. I want to call out the digit. 1.33800. Yeah, 1.33800. That's my area of TP because that's where I'm expecting the lower low to be met. In absence of any question, I'll see you guys in the next one. Call it a day. Link in description to obviously get your account with GoFunded Trader and let us trade. Take advantage of these live sessions because this is where I break down chart live and we trade live. Link in description, 35% discount off on GoFunded Trader. Any type of account you want is right there. Peace.